Alright, so this was a big design idea which I had I came up with while reading some other fantasy story, Lord of the Rings. And where I started out was thinking, okay, an ancient extinct volcano. And some people decide, okay, let's turn it into a place where people can live. And so a little bit of magic involved, and that ended up resulting in them being able to carve out the inside of the volcano. Um, and so the idea is that this would end up resulting in a pond or a lake forming within, and there was some other elements. But so that's level one. Level two. Ah, level three. Level four. And then level five. Um, and I wanted to get to this because what I wanted to indicate was that um, there's different peaks that came out from this extinct volcano, which came upwards. It was roughly a circular in shape, and that's why they chose the area. Um, there's one peak in particular which was thicker than the rest, and so in the story I had written, which accompanied this idea, the guys had made some dragon friends, so they created a dragon's lair. The reason why there's water around these different peaks was that essentially the peaks were made to be into large towers um, that extended upwards, and the part of the idea behind that was uh, they had a certain surface which helped in collecting water. So that resulted in that there's a little pool or a little drainage pool which would form at the base of the towers. So as condensation formed on the towers, it would collect in these pools, and then from there drain down to uh, the first level, uh, and then into this pond here. So what I was getting, or the idea for this was, it would be a city within a mountain. Um, and I was even thinking that, so they would have secret entrances, so that's why these walkways, they don't seem to go all the way on. It's because, magical entrance, but anyways, but the first floor is the major commercial industrial focus of the city, and really I want to say the commercial area. So going along, there's one central pathway towards inside of the volcano, but there's a walkway that's created within, and to either side of this walkway would be shops. And in fact, it creates, there's like two separate islands which are formed. So that along this way, this central walkway, there's different shops. The walkway continues and goes along the inside and the outside, and so there'd be more shops available there. Maybe just shops here. This was a Staples that I've been thinking of. And so starting from there, going up to the second floor, this would be the open space of the walkway below. And so starting on the second floor going up would be maybe for storage, but also would be where people would be living. And so roughly, there'd be homes, residences here. And then that way people could look down into the common shopping area, pathways up and down, and I wasn't thinking about that at the time. Not to mention I was just kind of limited in what I could design and draw in. Uh, the other thing that, and you probably can't tell, is that this outer circle becomes a little bit smaller. Meanwhile, this inner circle gets a little bit wider, and that's as the narrowing of the volcano towards the top. Um, this was so. This is the third level. This was solid all the way across, uh, meaning that this is so it had no view towards the ground floor, and wherever housing could be arranged was the idea aimed for. So third level, fourth level, same as like I said before, and then fifth level. So this would be just the top of this volcano, and I was thinking that okay, they would carve out they carve away the excess stone just to have these different towers available. Um, maybe maintain some of the natural look to the volcano, so that from a distance it was hard to see. Because that was the other reason why they built here, was that they wanted to create a city, but they wanted to keep it hidden for the time being. They knew eventually people would know it was there, but they wanted to start a settlement there and start growing a community there. And so that was how they came up with this design.